Well, I encounter a lot of everyday prophets when I log on to social media. I'm friends with various people on Facebook and follow different people on Twitter who will often post things that catch me by surprise. Here's an example. So on Thanksgiving, I was scrolling through my news feed. In and among all of the posts for people being thankful and people posting their gratitude, there was a picture that caught my attention. It was a black and white photo of an elderly lady. And underneath that photo, there were words that read, "The gospel takes away our right forever to discriminate between the deserving and undeserving poor." Wow. When I read that, I had to stop for a minute and think about that. That statement bounced around in my head for the rest of the day and even into this past week. That's the work of a prophet. On social media, I see a lot of different people taking stands on some very sensitive issues. People posting articles and pictures to try and wake us up to the realities that we may not see. And you might wonder, well, why am I friends with them? Why do I follow those people on Twitter? The reality is, I think we could all use some encounters with prophets. If everyone says exactly everything that I agree with, or everything that I think about, then the prophetic voice has been lost. We live in a world where the prophetic voice can easily be lost. We can easily surround ourselves with people who look, act, think, feel, and do the same as we do. During this season, we quickly skip over Advent to get straight to Christmas. We drown out the prophetic voice with busyness, with shopping, with full schedules, with food, and with many other things. We don't want to hear the prophetic voice because, well, we don't think we need it. It's going to cause us to change. It's going to cause us to think. It's going to challenge us. Well, I'm fine where I'm at, thank you very much. But what we need most, though, is that prophetic voice. Because as much as the prophetic voice brings challenge and change, it also brings good news. For John, it was the fact that someone was coming who was much greater, the fulfillment of the promise of the coming Messiah. One who would bring peace and hope, one who would make everything different. God coming to be among God's people. Emmanuel, God with us. This is good news. Better yet, this is great news. That was what the strange beginning was all about. Pointing to something, someone else. A voice. Crying out in a surprising way, in a surprising place, about a surprising God who changed everything by coming down to us through God's Son, Jesus.